Hey everybody, welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap. It is Rod with Powell Group. It's Thursday, February 18th. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the new Bitcoin ETF as the stock of the day here in Canada, as it had a huge debut with 145 million in trading volume. And we're going to go over some other market moving headlines and events. And we'll look at the chart on the Bitcoin ETF, some overall crypto and broader market, and then we'll look at some individual tickers here as well. So before we jump in, make sure to hit the like and smash the subscribe button. It shows me some support. So got off to a stellar start here today with 145 million in trading volume. You can check out that article on your own time if you want to learn more, but ticker symbol BTCC. So moving on, Dow falls from record amid disappointing jobs data and weak Walmart forecast. So we had the continuing jobs claims. Initial jobless claims that came in at 861K. We were expecting 765, and last week was 848. So we're down. We're over last week's, and we missed big time there on the forecast. So bearish trend developing there. House aims to vote on a relief bill by the end of next week, Pelosi says. So markets likely going to remain range bound, more than likely, bearing any unforeseen news. But if everything continues status quo, likely just going to bounce around into next week. Why Walmart's CEO says Americans urgently need another round of stimulus checks. You can check that out as well. Found that interesting. And WestJet to suspend flights to 4 Canadian cities until June. And this comes after Air Canada laying off a lot of its staff and closing some routes as well. So not surprising to see that there. So Bitcoin stabilizing, hard to believe, at 52,000 US, and Ethereum busting to all-time highs. We are in blue sky breakout mode, and it is looking good. You had a bit of an ascending triangle there on the 15-minute that broke bullish. And our Hive was up huge today. DMGI, HUT, there were all the mining blockchain companies were up big today. So this is BTCCU. So this is the new ETF in Canada. This is the USD version. But we closed at 1014 and lots of volume today. Lower high every candle on the 2 hour. On the 1 hour, we had a hourly bounce. Now looking for an hourly higher low compared to the all-time low at $10. 10.05, so $10 psychological may be a nice support entry tomorrow with a stop just below. And if we break above the highs here of 1044, we'll confirm an hourly uptrend. The first ever hourly uptrend of its existence. That's exciting. Let me know in the comments below if you bought this today or if you're going to be scouting entries tomorrow and what your plan is long term. Are you planning to hold long term? Are you just planning to hold as long as we remain in daily uptrends and uptrends in general in Bitcoin? Let me know. Love to hear from you. So moving on, 15-minute here. We were in a 15-minute uptrend, but then we lost it, and we can start a 15-minute consolidation and confirmed a 15-minute downtrend. Now bulls are trying to reverse that trend and form a higher low here compared to 1012. And if we can break above resistance here at 1028, that confirms a 15-minute uptrend. But we need to start with the smaller time frame. So on the 5-minute, we're scouting a 5-minute higher low compared to 1012 as well, and resistance up at 1028. So we'll start with the 5, 15-minute, then the hourly, and not a whole lot of data. So we just go by the shorter term time frames. So that's pretty much where we stand. Not a whole lot of data to go off of after 1 day of trading. So personally, I'm not in a position. I'm going to be waiting this out and like to see a little bit more data and history on the chart before making some entries. But depending if we get down to $10 tomorrow, I may set a buy order and a stop just below $10 psychological. So moving on, we'll take a look at the broader market. So SPY today, I had a awesome trade here into the end of the day, and we did a live stream for members, and I was highlighting the rising wedge that we had here on SPY, and also was watching out for a potential end of day sell-off just like yesterday. So pretty much the exact same setup that we had yesterday. Just look at this. So we gap down, pump up, we tried a V-shaped recovery and failed, then saw another gap down and then another V-shaped recovery attempt, and very, very similar patterns. So from the low of yesterday to the high of the day, bear with me here, still nursing a broken hand. So from the low of the day, we were up about 8.85%. And then from the low of the day today, I think we were up over 90, almost 1%. So I knew a lot of traders were probably going to be like me and scout. We knew to be looking for hourly higher lows yesterday. We didn't get it. And then we saw a huge gap down into a new lower low after not changing that hourly trend. That's why we said to be cautious. And then the same thing today. I was anticipating traders to see this pattern and, light bulb go off and be like, oh, that's not happening to me today. And they sell, and we're still a potential hourly bull flag at this point. But I was watching that setup and it played out perfectly. I waited till the end of the day, saw these upper wicks here on the 5-minute, saw that we lost the rising wedge support, and then we back tested it, confirmed resistance, and on the 2-minute downtrend, so we had a lower high into a lower low. As soon as we lost that low here at 391.16, that's when I entered my short, and I covered down around here around the 390.50s. But we did lose. I didn't quite get it to there. I sold about a minute before the bell, so I sold around the 390.60, 390.55. But we did lose 390.48 support going into the end of the day. So significant sell volume. So we'll see if we see an hourly bull flag or if we see another repeated pattern of another lower low into tomorrow and a potential gap down. We'll see about economic data for tomorrow, but we do have the cannabis recreational sales out as well tomorrow for the previous month. So we'll be watching that. And I'm going to do a video here a little bit later on the cannabis space here as well. But all about the hourly charts. Not going to go over QQQ in depth because it's the exact same thing pretty much. All about the hourly uptrends and setting higher lows and higher highs. Dollar still consolidating in an hourly downtrend. It's got support here at 90.55, which it's losing. So we're still consolidating on the daily and looking for a higher low here compared to 90.11. So just moving on here, US oil started to pull back, but we didn't lose the low of yesterday, so daily consolidation not yet underway. And again, just want to highlight this resistance line here from all the way back at all-time highs on the monthly. Look where we are pulling back from. So if we don't close this monthly candle above that line, I'd be worried, but still got a little less than 2 weeks left of the month. So just being cautious there. So silver on the daily time frame didn't lose the low of yesterday. Gold weaker, as we've mentioned many times on this channel now. And you can see here that we broke to a new lower low on the daily. We had support at 1769 and we got to 1768. Not seeing much follow through though. But daily downtrends remain, and silver still in this equilibrium type pattern, holding EMA 12, trying to find a nice base of support there. You have the low, high, lower high, higher low, bull break back into that range. Just not sure what it wants to do. Getting conflicting data with gold. A lot of money rotating into crypto. So biotech XHB was down over 2.5%. I didn't notice that until just now. Biotech sector very, very weak after setting all-time highs and standing out as one of the lead tech bulls. So the rotation just still moving over into other sectors. And healthcare and the financial sector held up better than most today. But XLE also consolidating. So we could see we're consolidating on the daily time frame on the ETF for the energy sector. So we'll see if oil follows through on that as well tomorrow. So I also had another BlackBerry trade today. I'll go over that one here as well. So to begin the day, we have extended hours on. So yesterday I entered at 11:02 double bottom and had a nice trade off that double bottom there. And today I knew to be seeing SPY extended, and we were back down under $11 or $11 here today, and low of pre-market was 1070. After this bull open here, I entered and went off of that support level, and I was in a trade for about 12 minutes, made about $500 profit on that one, and had a solid trade on BlackBerry off that low of the day, bottom fishing that low of the day and pre-market support. And then we changed the 5-minute trend here, and I unloaded as well. I'm just not comfortable holding this stock at the moment. Again, we didn't change the hourly trend on SPY, and still a little skeptical of the market. So just locking in those quick gains. We could even be seeing an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. But Apple was weak again today. Tesla closed over 780 support, so that's good. On the bear list, we have Riot, so watch for potential profit taking from go to Riot into names like Hive, Hut, DMGI. That was quite evident today that may have been happening. GME, JMIA, DDD continues to consolidate as well. BLU, KHC, VEGA, and MU leading the bull list. We had a nice trade in our group. Our algo also liked BLU, and a lot of our members in our group are in this trade as well. But you can see we had a nice playoff 370 support here. We dipped below it, got to about 364, and bottom fishing that support. Huge move. Over 30% move there in a couple hours. So I know a lot of people in our group were in on that trade, so congratulations. Our algo mentioned that it liked it as well, and seeing that huge follow through. Just keep in mind that we have earnings coming up here on the 24th, and we did see a pretty nasty reversal there. We've got above 442 resistance, and I said to watch in a private stream to members, said to watch $5 psychological, and we got as high as 496 and then pulled back significantly. So from that call out, I said watch $5 psychological, save yourself 13% of downside. So that's pretty much where we stand. I'm going to go through these a little faster today. So Canadian MJ still consolidating, and not exactly the day that we would expect today, but again, I'm going to do a video on that here a little bit later on. And MSOS lost 50. So again, I'll do a video on that here a little bit later. But pretty much going to end it there. Again, all about the hourly uptrends on SPY. Watch oil tomorrow as well for a potential top. And pretty much on all these names, a lot of individual tickers. I know a lot of people were asking me about some individual tickers. Just look at the chart, and if it resembles SPY, if it's breaking to new lows today compared to yesterday, it's probably just following the overall market, and it's nothing to be extremely worried about. But all about support here on 387.50 as well on SPY. We held that today, so if we do lose that, we lose the daily uptrend, and that's going to be a significant momentum shift to the bears, and we don't have any support after that all the way down to 368. So it's time to remain protective. If we see another gap down tomorrow, we could gap down below that 387.50 support, and you could be scrambling. We have EMA 26 there as well at 384s, in the 384s. But just remain protective. Now is not the time to get complacent. So with that, we're going to end it there. Not really seeing, again, some sell volume into the end of the day, but likely just people taking profit and seeing that same pattern as yesterday that I saw as well. So with that, thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this market perspective. And we'll see you a little bit later on for an MJ sector review. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow after market close for another daily market recap.